_Calamity. Let's get you right back to the action here. Juice versus MVP. Welcome to Winners Final here at Switch versus at the Lab, number 17. Juice going Falco. He's been wanting to concentrate on Falco this PR season and doing so relatively well. However, he's not afraid to go back to the ZSS when he just says, you know what, I want that tournament money. And I know that my ZSS is perhaps the best character in all of Philadelphia right now. However, the Falco looking to make a name for itself also. That Yoshi is pretty heavy, which means it can be susceptible to combos. Juice taking full advantage of that. And an absolute combo feed with that Falco, double dare. And he has a full stock lead, only suffering 35% damage thus far. Looking for back air to kill off the potentially stage spike. Don't know how effective that would have been. The Tekken ability of Juice. Not bad, as evidenced there. Dash attack in. Taking advantage of the whip punish. And indeed, the back air. If you're a Spacey, you have a back air. And indeed, Juice has his second stock. This game number 1. What a way to kick things off. MVP, whose Yoshi helped him find his way past Beast, winners semifinal by a score of 2-1. He's not doing half bad. Neutral air connects on the just narrowly avoids the Falco Phantasm. Uh-oh, Shine. And there you go. He's not going to be able to make it back. Juice snuffing out that Yoshi.
Sorry, got it, chat.
That Falco licking its fingertips and just putting out the candle of hope that MVP had lit. And that is a 3-stock victory for Juice. Goes up by a score of 1-0. That was convincing. That Yoshi seemed to not be able to get anything going. Obviously, the advantage that Juice had coming in off of that first stock, only suffering 16-point-something damage. And indeed, MVP will be sent back to the Mario. Bit of contention on whether the viability of Mario in this game. We do see people doing consistently well at tournaments with Mario. Of course, Dark Wizzy, of course, the best Mario in the world, and also relatively local to us here in Tri-State. Very well-known player the world over, indeed, Dark Wizzy. But of course, locally, have people like Sauce, who have made PR using Mario, and of course, Beast. I don't know, Beast, do you still have a Mario in this game? Oh, fair enough, yeah. Hey, you know what? Mario might be a good thing to have in your pocket. Who knows, man? So, yeah, that's true. Now, Mario is such a good all-around character. It just feels like there are characters that do what Mario does, but better, even though it's just, Mario is still total package, as exhibited there by that down smash. MVP on the front foot here. Juice is going to have to respond, and he could very well do so, sitting at 108%, but he'll need to get back to advantage in order to do it. What a gimp by MVP, the forward air. He's able to get the tech, but MVP with the follow-up. Fearless in the face of that Falco, and indeed, he will take the second stock. Now MVP looking to exact vengeance for that 3-stock victory just minutes before. All of a sudden, turning the tide of this battle. MVP. Well, there you go. MVP does lose his Juice garnering a little bit of momentum, still sitting at 81%. It's hard doing production and commentary at the same time, gotta say. It's hard doing one. Try doing both. Up smash. Not going to take that second stock. Or third stock, excuse me. I was looking at MVPs. But MVP thus far. Quite the display that we're seeing. The red, white, and blue Mario trying to catch that recovery on the side. He knows of that hitbox on the top. Back throw, is that going to do it? Not quite yet. The DI of Juice. Oh, but he takes care of the Phantasm. Up air helps him get back, but the statement being made. Juice does have him at the last stock situation, but unless he can get a Gimp, perhaps exact some revenge for what happened to him earlier on. Never mind, he will not get the opportunity. MVP, he takes it to 1-all behind the fists of Mario. And that was such a clutch second stock. Take it with the forward air, reading the tech and catching the recovery. Juice caught napping. And Falco, he's strong, but he is gimpable. And the Waluigi skin seems to be the play here for MVP. Not really sure about that, man. You have something going with the skin. I'm not sure why you changed it, but nonetheless, I'm not the one in Winners Final of Twitch versus at the lab number 17. Emanating live from the laboratory in Afro. Back air is being thrown out by MVP. He wants to keep himself at distance from Juice as much as possible, trying to get the ladder. Easier said than done on Town and City. But he was taking him pretty high up there. A little higher than Falco would have wanted, ironically enough, considering he's a bird. Juice, however, will make him pay for his transgressions prior with the first stock of this match. So it is Juice jumping out once again. Oh, he catches him, and just like that, Juice has him down to his last stock. Mario, perhaps Juice getting the download here. Looking for another 3-stock victory. He won't be denied that by the up smash of Mario. Blaster. Fireballs is becoming all of a sudden the brakes being hit on this matchup. Going at each other relatively methodically, but MVP is going to have to take initiative at least to take the second stock. The combo game of Mario, nothing new. I mean, the fact that Mario can combo is nothing new. MVP, though, taking it to the Falco of Philadelphia's #1, BCE Juice. Good air dodge back to the platform. Juice piling on that damage. This is technically extra credit, I guess you could say. Oh, trying to get another cheeky gimp on Falco. Juice not letting that happen. And there you go, forward air drag down. And he's going to drag down that last stock. Juice is up 2-1. And we're moving on to game number 4. MVP is going to have some adjustments to make. MVP, quite the versatile player. We've seen him, we were watching him play at least 10 different characters in friendlies today, and all to a relatively proficient level. As we saw going Yoshi in games 2 and 3 against Beast in winner's semifinal action. Beast has recovered. He's sitting in loser semis where he will face off against Moosh next on stream. We go for game number 4, and now, yeah, you know what? This was going to be a combo fest no matter what. It really is a matter of who gets off on the right foot. MVP saves his own life, recovering incredibly quickly off of the down air by Falco. That could have been bad if he got a knockback on that off of the stage. Tries to cape the Phantasm. Juice is able to grab ledge. The cape just not coming out in time, it seems. Phantasm trying to two-frame that. Do so unsuccessfully. Up air does catch him, and MVP down to his second stock. Juice, I mean, his ability to combo is impressive, but MVP says, forget all the combo nonsense. I'm just gonna hit you with an S-smash to the face. And he catches Juice napping, approaching not quite as safely as he would have liked. He'll be made to pay for it with his first stock. Spot dodges the grab, and MVP playing a little bit more defensively. He knows he needs to whiff punish with Falco. But he'll take matters into his own hands as well. Multiple hits in the air, piles him up to 51%. However, beautiful stuff. Off of the tilt and finishing off with the back air. Juice, he is one stock away from grand finals here. Switch Versus at the Lab. This is one of the highest quality turnouts that we have had at one of the Switch Versus events, which concentrates on so many Switch games. The cape turns him the wrong way, and Juice denied at the very ledge. MVP, like Dikembe Mutombo, says no and swats Juice away. Take the second stop. Shields the water gun. I know it's called Flood. Don't hit me up in the comments. Juice challenges the down air and gets the gimp. He eats every last hit of that up B recovery. And he will move on to grand finals here at Switch Versus at the Lab, number 17 from Hapro. Good effort by MVP. Simply outplayed by Philadelphia's number 1.